In a not so surprising turn of events, Meta recently announced that they're going to start using ads on their new social media platform, Threads. Now, at this point, we really only have the press release and a couple of images, so we're not going to go through a ton today, but we do want to cover what is coming down the pike from this announcement and a couple things that we think might happen. At this point, the only thing we have to go on is the announcement from Facebook, but there are some important pieces in here that we want to go through. So I won't be showing you anything in an account because I don't have any actual access to the Threads ads just yet, but we want to make sure that you know what's coming down the pike so you can be ready for it. So the first thing I think most people are going to want to know is, what are these ads actually going to look like? So if we scroll down a little bit here, you can see that the Jasper's Market image that you can see in the middle is going to be the example ad that will show up in Threads. It's going to look very similar to what a text ad does on the Facebook feed, and it'll just be interspersed in between all of the organic, regular Threads posts that all the users are putting. As you can see here, it's got the intro text where it says good food, good vibes. Right next to the Jasper's Market name, it has the sponsored text that lets you know this is an ad. Then down below, it's got kind of the image card, which is what we used to call that on Twitter, that has the image itself followed by the display URL and then the headline associated with it. And it has all of the engagement icons down below. So overall, the manifestation of these ads is going to look very similar to the most basic ad formats that we see on the Facebook and Instagram platforms. Now let's start to go through the rest of the post and hear what Facebook has to say about this. If we scroll down just a bit, you can see that Facebook is talking about how their platforms, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, help users discover businesses and content that they love. If we scroll up a little bit, there's an actual stat from Facebook in here that says that out of the 300 million monthly active users on Threads, 3 out of 4 people follow at least one business on the platform. In my experience, this isn't too dissimilar from Facebook or Instagram. There's a lot of businesses doing really good content, whether it's organic or paid content. And I think people are a lot more willing to engage with brands, especially when they create a good user experience. So again, Facebook's just trying to make the case that you might want to use ads on Threads because people will actually engage with your businesses because that's what they do. And because Facebook is talking about the Threads monthly active users, I do want to take a quick jump into a different article so we can talk about some usability stats. Backlinko has put together a pretty good recap of a lot of the usability stats for Threads, and there's just 2 pieces that I want to call out here. So the first is going to be the trends of monthly active users. So Threads was relaunched in July of 2023. As of October of 2023, they had 100 million active users. As you can see here, we're scrolling up all the way down to 275 million in November of 2024. As of December, I think that number gets up to 300 million. Now, the main reason I wanted to hop into this article is because if we continue scrolling down a little bit, we can see how this is put in perspective compared to X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, the numbers don't match up here perfectly because this article has been updated a few times, but just to give you some comparison of scale, at a point in time where Threads had 130 million monthly active users, X had 550 million active users. So I'd say on average, Threads is about a quarter of the size that X is, but obviously 130 million monthly active users, which is now up to 300 million active users, is quite a big audience and probably not something that you want to opt out of, especially when you can apply Facebook's suite of advertising solutions to those additional users. Now, at that last point about Facebook's advertising solutions, I want to hop back into the original announcement post and talk about brand safety and suitability for Threads. You can see here that Facebook says that they're launching the inventory filter as a test in addition to the Threads ads on the platform. This is going to be the exact same set of inventory filters that has been used on Facebook, Instagram feed, and Reels across all of the different languages that Facebook has. And the reason I call this out is because it seems like Facebook is incorporating Threads into all of the existing framework that they're using for their existing ad platforms. Even though Threads might show up as an app-only access point for the users who are currently advertising in this test, it could also be something that is being applied into their business manager accounts so they can run a Threads campaign right alongside Instagram and Facebook. Again, we do not have access to any of this new test, so we're not entirely sure how this is manifesting. But down the line, it would make complete sense to me if when you create a new Facebook campaign that you were automatically opted into Facebook, Instagram, and Threads in the same way that a new campaign now opts you into Facebook and Instagram, unless you customize your ads by placement and opt out of one or the other network. Just like with the inventory filter, all of the monetization policies that are currently residing over the Facebook and Instagram networks are also going to be applied to Threads as well. So again, just another example of how the environment for brands on Threads is going to look exactly like the environments that Facebook is making for Facebook and Instagram. I know it's a little disappointing that we can't show you anything because we don't have access to this yet, but I'm always excited when there's a new network for us to reach out and find new users. Based on all the turmoil that's been going on in the social media space, wouldn't be surprised if there are Threads-only users who abandoned Twitter or X. Maybe they're trying to get away from TikTok with the current strange ban that's not a ban, that might be a ban, that might not be a ban. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. But as a marketer, I'm always happy when I have a new avenue to reach out into a new potential customer base. It makes it even better that now I can apply all of Facebook's ad tools to that audience. I would say let us know if you have any questions, but I'll be honest, we probably don't have any answers. If we've got any new news coming through with the Threads ads, or if we see them anywhere out in the wild, or if we get access to them, we'll let you guys know as soon as we can. In the meantime, if you've got any other questions about maybe Meta or Facebook or Instagram ads, we'd be happy to answer any questions you've got in the comments below.
Thanks for watching our video. We really appreciate it. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up below. If you really liked it, maybe think about subscribing to the Paid Media Pros YouTube channel and you'll get alerted every time a new video drops.
If you really liked it, you can help support the channel by checking out some of the t-shirts that we're wearing on our merch shelf, as well as looking at the Super Thanks button.